From an endless wave of generic bad guys in a shoot-'em-up to the waist-high cover headshot simulation of a modern first-person shooter, it's rare to find a game that exists outside either extreme. Helldivers is that game. Be it a massive shootout with large mechs fitted with a Gatling gun and rockets or sneaking across the map undetected, Helldivers crafts rewarding scenarios that require effort, attention, and a level head. It's the future, and humanity ventured into space only to be met with massive alien civilizations that aren't so keen on us squishy bipeds. So, like a good human, you take up arms for humanity and Super Earth, determined to rid space of cyborgs, bugs, and illuminates. There's no plot beyond that, but the setting serves its purpose as an excuse to feature a multitude of planets upon which to enact violence. Helldivers flaunts a gameplay loop of selecting a planet to conquer, completing as many objectives as possible there, then escaping with your EXP and body parts intact. The planets feature randomized layouts, climates, and missions, though which of the three factions you'll be fighting is always up to you. Don't be fooled by Helldivers' top-down shooter presentation. It is a very meticulous game. All weapon reloads are manual, and excess ammo is tossed. Friendly fire is mandatory, and you can only ever do one thing at a time. No reading the map, reloading, and diving into cover all at once. The amount of care that must be taken in controlling your character is critical to this game's experience. There's a very strong sense of responsibility for your actions, and it can be unnerving when combat situations get out of hand, something that happens rather often. The effect is very much to the benefit of the game. Keeping track of more mechanics requires more focus, leading to an almost physically triumphant response to succeeding a particularly difficult mission. While traversing the map, it's common to run into patrols, the behaviors of which differ depending on which faction you're fighting. The cyborgs are quite likely to ignore you entirely if they don't directly see you, whereas the Illuminates send cloaked scout drones that are almost guaranteed to notice you. Upon being located, scouts will send out an alert if they're not eliminated quickly enough. Alerts are frustrating things, in a good way. Patrols are relatively easy to take out, but alerts call in harder enemies, or more patrols, or both. There's a sort of domino effect as it gets harder to stop more alerts from showing up. Constantly reassessing any combat situation as the chances of really powerful enemies showing up increases is exhilarating. Though they come in many flavors, most objectives consist of keying in directional combinations or defending a location, item, or person. Every objective, no matter how simple, either demands your proximity or your input. The objectives thus ground you, keep you focused, and force risky decisions to be made, which makes for exciting minute-to-minute gameplay. To further capitalize on the complex nature of completing objectives, you have stratagems. Helldivers wouldn't be much of a game with only guns and grenades. Call in a stratagem via more fancy directional inputs in the radio menu to receive giant mech suits, airstrikes, rocket launchers, or simply to ask for more ammo or to bring your friend back to life. Stratagems might be the highlight of this game, as the variety they provide grants players a greater degree of individuality. Composing a loadout to suit your own strengths as a player or to a tactical plan based on the upcoming mission objectives requires thought due to the overwhelming nature of the combat. Thus, when your plan works, satisfaction abound, and when it doesn't work, but you still survive, it results in the sort of post-game lobby exhale that only the most intensely rewarding games can provide. Gathering research samples on each planet and collecting EXP for completing missions results in unlocks. The progression system is fairly well paced and provides rewards both for completing a variety of planets as well as for simply playing the game. Most of the weapons and stratagems are defined in nature, ergo, pushing your progress to unlock more diverse options yields exciting new prospects for gameplay. If it seems like a game which requires you to pay so much attention to your actions while sending constant threats your way would be stressful, it is. The gameplay rewards thoughtful preconception as well as simply playing well. Due to the friendly fire, everyone crowding an objective can result in a too many cooks situation, thus incentivizing players to find their own ways to be useful to the team. Teamwork isn't just suggested. The aggressive nature of enemies and demanding player control combine to necessitate and greatly reward playing smart with others. Granted, if you're by yourself at about difficulty 7, it's very likely that you'll be unable to keep up with the curve, so if you're interested in Helldivers, consider that the best experience will be found online or with local co-op. Alrighty, well, that is Helldivers. Hope you have a better understanding of what exactly will be in this game beyond just what you can see on the surface. And that's kind of the point of this, is Rated S Indies. I want to talk about, the experiences that I've had, which include being squashed by my friend several times, having him shoot me in the back, and then me being clawed to death by a giant bug monster. There's been some good things though. been some good things. There was a thing where we had to fight our way down to the bottom of the map, and then put up a distraction beacon, and then sneak all the way back to the top of the map, and then everybody came and attacked us while we tried to escape, and it was incredibly exhilarating. It was a very long fight. We almost died. Actually, we failed that mission like 6 times. But it was worth it. It was a great payoff. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what this show is supposed to be like. You know, here's the analysis, the breakdown. I want to give you an idea of what is in the game, how it's gonna, you know, feel to play, not just like, here's all the stuff, is it good, is it bad? Just looking at it, what is it exactly? How does it work? And then after, you know, I'll have some anecdotes. That's kind of how this show is gonna go. Normally it'll be shorter than this. I have to explain things, which is why it's taking longer. But, you know, if you have any feedback, I appreciate that. I always read all of that. Don't try to say mean things to get my attention. I'm gonna read it anyway. So feel free to be a nice person. Alright, and there's more indie videos, games videos that I've done in the past. Watch them. Thanks for watching, guys.